What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So I haven't sat down and done an actual talking video to the camera in quite some time. To be honest, wasn't sure if I was going to stick with the whole YouTube thing, doing like the vlogs and things like that. I'm really not sure. I still am not sure, so don't expect a whole slew of new content in the near future. But I have been doing short form content over on TikTok. And I've been doing that for a while. I've had a couple different channels. I've tried a couple different things, and I think I found something that kind of works for me. I don't post constantly. I was overwhelming myself with the thought that I had to put out several videos a day, every day, and just being a mom and having everything going on that goes on in my life, it's really not feasible for me to set aside huge blocks of time for filming content. So short form has really been better for me because I can knock out a little 15-second, 30-second video and be on my way. Save it to my drafts and edit it later when I have the time. So doing long form content where you sit down and talk to the camera or do something with the camera has just not really been on my radar. And I started this channel with a pregnancy vlog, I believe, when I was pregnant with my firstborn. So you can still find all those videos, and honestly, I may look back at them because that is a really good, video diary, and I really kind of regret that I didn't do that with my secondborn. Because I don't think if I haven't mentioned on this channel, I have 2 kids now. When I first started this channel, I was pregnant with my first, or at least when I started posting on this channel, I was pregnant with my first. Who is 5 years old now. And now I have a second who is 2.5. So I have 2 boys, and they are perfect. They're the lights of my life. I love them so, so much. I am still married, and we own our house. I don't know, at the time of the original videos, we didn't. I do know that there's a couple videos on my channel in this house. We've been here for 3 years, 4 years, 4 years, I think. And things have been going well. My husband was doing a YouTube channel. It was Wolfamax, and he has since decided to abandon Wolfamax. That was one that he has tried to get off the ground several different times, and something has always kind of hindered him, so he decided to kind of rebrand, start fresh, and try again, and he's been really sticking with it. So now he is Oathbreaker Games, and he is going strong. He's posting 3 days a week. I hit the videos for him, and he is getting going. So if you are interested in gaming content, you absolutely should check my husband out. Once again, it's Oathbreaker, like Oathbreaker Paladin, Oathbreaker Games. And he's posting several times a week. So currently it is Sundays, Fridays, and Tuesdays. And he films almost every day, but not all the time. So he's trying to take a step back from recording so that I can catch up on some of the editing, because it's really difficult to edit when I'm also watching children. And right now it's nap time for my youngest, and my oldest is in the living room watching a movie, I think. And I also babysit, so it's really difficult when there's a bajillion kids in my house. I babysit typically 2 other boys, so 4 boys in my house at any given time, and about every other weekend I get 1 more boy. So 5 boys in my house at the same time. It's great. It's lovely. It's chaotic, but it's not bad. So I guess this is really just an update video because I haven't sat down and done this in so long. I do want to post more about my author stuff. I am an author. I'm a published author at this point in time. You can find me, Jennifer Noel Dennis, on pretty much any platform where you can buy books. I am not currently physically in stores, but you can purchase from the online versions like Barnes & Noble. Books A Million. You can do Apple Books, Kobo, I think, Amazon always. So those are some things that you can look for. I currently have 3 books published. It's books 1, 2, and 3 of a 3-book series. Book 4 is done, but needs to go through its editing process, and I have to write book 5. So they are paranormal romance. Oh, I'll be right back. Welcome back. Okay. I completely forgot what I was talking about. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, books, I think. I think we're talking about books. So, 3 books published. You can find them pretty much anywhere. The titles are Instinct, Forsaken, and Untamed. And they are paranormal romances that center around a coven of vampires. And each book, it has dual POV and shifting POV. So book 1 has 2 protagonists, dual POV. Book 2 has 2 different protagonists, dual POV, and so on and so forth. But it does all center on the same group of people. So you could check those out. That would be fantastic. Ebook and paperback. So that's been happening. And what else is going on? At the time of this recording, I'm probably going to post this very shortly after filming, honestly. But it was just Easter, and the day before Easter, my water heater decided it was going to not do the thing anymore. So we had no water for 3 days. So that was fun. Luckily, it happened late in the day, Saturday, and then Sunday, we ended up spending the bulk of the day out and about. Saturday, when it happened, my husband Sean did hurry up and order the part we needed to fix it, and expedite the delivery, so it would be delivered Monday. And we spent most of Sunday, Easter Sunday, out and about, and then I babysit. Normally I do it at my house, but we went and did it at her apartment instead, for the day. And then my husband got home from work, fixed it, and we have water. So yay! Always has to be things like that, in very inopportune moments. Luckily we were able to get it fixed, but it just happened to be a weekend and happened to be Easter Sunday. And I don't think there's really a whole lot else to talk about other than, I want to hear from you guys. I have some subscribers on here that I'm pretty sure have been here since the beginning, and I'm curious as to if you're still watching, if you want to see anything specific. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time for sitting down and doing long form content, but some of the things I'm interested in, I could show you some writing things. My process is chaotic, but also boring. So I don't know if you're going to be interested in seeing my writing process, but I can show you if you want to. I am learning how to make things from scratch, breads and various baked goods and things like that. So I could figure out the logistics of it to try to show you some of the things that I'm learning how to make. None of them are my recipe though. So if I show you something and I'm using a recipe, I will link or tag or share with you where I got the recipe from. Because I do not want to take credit for that, because none of them are my recipe. I don't know. Just let me know what you guys are interested. I don't know. So part of the thing right now is I am a mom, obviously. First and foremost, mom, wife, and I have duties to other people, but I also have a duty to myself. And this is something that I do enjoy, and I want to kind of get back into figuring out what I like as me, not as mom or wife. What does Jennifer like to do? So going back, I'm not going to get too much into it because I have a tendency to vent and ramble, but I do not remember my childhood. And what I do remember is not good. But as a result of some childhood trauma, I kind of feel like I don't fully have my own personality, because everything that I liked as a kid I was made fun of for and told that it was weird or wrong or whatever. So I'm kind of trying to rediscover things that I like and kick that voice in my head that says it's weird or wrong out. So we're calling it getting my pink back, because when pink flamingos, when they have a baby, a lot of times it's so stressful that they lose their pink. They lose their color. And so I'm trying to get that back out after motherhood and learning, how to be myself. What does myself look like? And so getting back into reading and writing has been part of that. Taking time to actually get dressed every day, even if it's just jeans and a t-shirt. But actually getting dressed and not staying in my pajamas all day long, even though I'm a stay-at-home mom now. I did go back to work briefly, but we only have one car at the moment. Technically we have two, but one of them doesn't run, and it's one of those, we fix something and it shows up that then something else is wrong. So it's like every time we fix something, we unearth something else. And it will run, but it overheats, and we've already replaced all the things. Now we're just waiting on, we have a couple more things to do, and hopefully we'll get it running. And if not, then we're going to cut our losses and get rid of it, because it's just taking up space in my yard for no reason. And so for a while, I was working only on Sean's days off. So one of us was always at work. And then he ended up getting transferred to another location that was much further away. And I was no longer able to do that because he was working so much and he was so far away. And so I ended up having to leave my job because there is no daycare in our town that we live in that we could send the kids to, because they are all booked up, and even if they weren't booked up, they are expensive, and I would be working just to pay for childcare at that point. So stay-at-home mom, author, trying to do the whole, I don't know, I don't want to call myself an influencer. I'm not an influencer. The content creation thing. Yeah, I don't know. This has just been a quick little video, and hopefully you can understand me and I wasn't talking too terribly fast. I have to figure out the editing process for YouTube, but thank you guys so much for watching. Drop some comments down below if there's anything that you would like to see, any questions you have. I'm totally open to doing like a Q&A if you guys have anything you want to know. And then I'm going to try to figure out some logistics of it and decide how often I want to post. There are some times where I may just take my TikToks and shoot them on over here as shorts. And sometimes I may sit down and try to do videos like this, or showing you things, doing things, you know, we'll see. I did attempt to, okay, so before I sign off here, I have another channel that is ASMR. That's one of those things that is like, it's getting to be more popularized, but it was looked at as very weird, and some people do consider it still really weird, but it has been something that's helped me a lot with, like, it helps me sleep, and sometimes it helps me, like, if I'm just feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, that can help me do that. And there's so many different kinds that there's really something for everybody. And so I kind of started that channel, but I really did not know what I was doing, and so I still don't. I believe I called it ASMR on the Low because my name on TikTok is Jennifer on the Low, and then the idea is that I'll probably end up doing a lot of like lo-fi stuff. So it's kind of a play on words, Jennifer on the Low, ASMR on the Low, because that's a play on my other name, as well as lo-fi. Just, you're over explaining it, Jennifer. If you're interested in that sort of thing, you can check that out. I don't have any concept of how often I'm going to post on there, if I'm going to continue posting on there. I had a thought of doing like video games, cozy video games, where I do a soft-spoken voice that's not like this, a soft-spoken voice playing video games that are very low stakes, very cozy, that have nice little ambient noises. I thought about doing something like that, as well as just your standard tapping videos and things, but let me know if you like that sort of thing. If you want to subscribe to that channel, I'll see if I can link it down below. Yeah, I'll also link my husband's videos, my husband's channel down below if you want to go check him out. We were streaming, and I do share that here to my channel for my followers to see. We do try to stream. We were going to try to do every Saturday, but then we've been running into technical difficulties, so we were going to do every other Saturday, but it literally, the last several times we've tried to live stream, we have had technical difficulties. There was storms, so we were not comfortable with trying to stream. There was audio glitching where it stopped filming the game audio, and we ended up with me doing a horrendous impression of Gale Dekarios from Baldur's Gate 3 because it stopped recording the audio and I don't know when it happened, but we noticed it when he was monologuing. And so now, and then after that, we ended up with the internet just blipped out for a second, but it was enough to cut the stream. So we've been having a lot of issues, and so we've decided we're going to temporarily take a step back from live streaming, but we may still post Baldur's Gate 3 videos, just unedited. We'll record them and just post them unedited as they're done on Saturdays, I suppose. So if that's something that you're interested in, you could check that out. Yeah. So I'm going to get off here because I feel like I'm rambling at this point, and nobody wants to see that. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe for maybe some more content. I don't know. This is kind of a take on my husband's video. So this is how my husband does his sign-offs. Thank you guys so much for watching. This, shit, I fucked it up. Nope, just kidding. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's nice. It's nice to talk to you. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.